am anointed by the warrior, and I spill the blood of my enemies. You see a bonnet, I see a helmet of salvation. You see my big burly chest, I see the breastplate of self-righteousness. I'm just messing with y'all. Let's go ahead and discuss this Monique and the Bonnet Chronicles situation, shall we? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. Let me be a little professional for a second. Okay. Let's get this shit together. Oh yeah, come on, some hang time, yes. But what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. I want to talk to you guys today about the whole entire Monique situation. You know, Monique, she does, like Cardi B, so much while doing so little. She's one of those comedians that causes a lot of controversy. So if you guys don't know who Monique is, you've probably been living under a rock or don't really digest much black culture. But Monique is one of the best comedians to ever do it. Not even just female, but male. Like overall, she is one of the best comedians alive. She's right up there with the Dave Chappelle's, the Bernie Macs, Lunel, Richard Pryor, Ricky Smiley, you name it. But this week, Monique caused a lot of controversy, mainly for the fact that she called out black women and the fact that they need to have more pride in their appearance and not wear bonnets out in public, which, to be honest with y'all, half of me agrees with her and the other half of me doesn't. Like, you see, me as a millennial, we're in between the new school and the old school way of doing things. So I can see both sides of the argument. But my thing with Monique is, I get where she's coming from because, for one, like when I was growing up back in the day, we couldn't just come out the house looking any old kind of way. Like, especially at the 90s, especially with the fact that I come from a family that's very image conscious, we can't just step outside the house wearing any old thing, or my mom was not with that do-rag shit either. Like, we cannot wear wave caps and do-rags outside of the house. That was deemed as just uncouth. You looked unkept. Like, you looked like you weren't ready to step out into the world and be presentable. But the problem steps in when you have this new school generation that is a part of the teach its own culture and the teach its own way of doing things. Like, this new generation is all about, you don't bother me, I don't bother you, don't judge me, don't shame me, don't question me, don't have an opinion, yada yada yada, blase blase. That's where the new generation's at. Like, you can't have any form of, you can't critique Generation Z. That's what it is. You can't critique them on anything. They're not really, I'm gonna just keep it real, they're not coachable at all. Like, you can't really show them like the proper way of doing things because 9 times out of 10, like, we're starting to shift out of the old way of doing things in the world. So everything these days is acceptable and it just feels like everybody's above reproach, or otherwise you're seen as a person that's shaming or you're seen as a hater. Now, I was not going to make a video on this earlier this week, mainly because I felt like this was like a slow news week and people just needed something to talk about. So Monique provided some commentary and everybody just took it way far left and attacked her. But y'all gotta keep in mind that Monique is like around like 50 to 60 something years old, probably like her mid 50s. So she's always going to have like an old mentality way of doing things. And a lot of people, a lot of like the new generation can write it off as like, oh, respectability politics. Oh, why do you care about what white people think? Why do you care about what other people think? Do you, boo? Don't shame me, yada yada yada. That's where the mentality is shifting towards to. And it's like a constant battle between the old school and the new school and me, the millennials, people that are in like the mid to late 20s, early 30s, probably like mid 30s at this point. But people in that age range were kind of caught in the middle trying to like basically pick a side between old and new. And that's why I kind of relate to both sides and see both ways of doing things. Now, my thing is, I would never really step out in public, except unless I'm trying to go to the mailbox. I would never step out with like a bonnet or a do-rag. I mainly wear a bonnet or like a satin cap with all this hair. But I would never really step out and wear that. I think the only time I've ever worn one in public was when I was going to the gym and I had to like protect my hair from like a certain thing. I mean, the places I think that are acceptable to wear like a wave cap, because I'm looping men into this too, because men shouldn't be able to get away with it either. But the places I see that it's acceptable to wear a bonnet or a do-rag or a wave cap in public is, A, it's late at night, you're going to the gas station, or you're going to the corner store, or you're going to Walmart before it closes, or you're going to the beauty supply store because your hair isn't finished, or if you're going on an airplane, or if you're going to like an event and you need your hair to not be all frizzy, like you're walking outside and you don't want your hair to get all frizzy and matted up while you're going to said event, it's acceptable to wear a protective cap, a protective wave cap, bonnet, you name it, in that instance. One instance where I disagree, Monique, like I fully am not against women wearing a bonnet like when they're going on an airplane, because they are going to lay back 9 times out of 10 probably going to be half past sleep on that flight, and they don't want their hair to be all over the place. So that's all cool with me. But at the same time, y'all, we gotta keep it real. The shit looks uncouth. Like, it just looks like you don't have any manners or home training when you out in public, or let's say just going to the mall wearing a bonnet, especially a high-end mall. Like, you look ridiculous. You look like trash. Or in other instances, like I've worked some pretty low-down jobs, and people will show up to work with their bonnet on and take it off when they get inside and like put it in their locker or their little workstation, and I'm just like, okay, girl. But my thing is, y'all, even though we're shifting to a new mindset and a new way of doing things, I just feel like manners need to make a comeback. Like, I just feel like people like trying to look their best, and even though you don't know a person's circumstances or what they're going through, I just feel like you at least trying to like look presentable in public, that's still something that needs to be practiced today in modern society. I'm all for everybody looking their best, feeling their best, and damn sure acting their best. But at the same time, we gotta keep in mind that not everybody's going to be on the same mindset and the same wavelength and the same vibration of thinking. So that's where like the shaming and like, oh, don't judge me comes in, because you don't know me, you don't know my life, you don't know where I've been, you know what I've been through, you don't know what I've seen. That's when all that comes into, and it's just like, okay, wear your bonnet then. So in instances, I agree with Monique. However, Monique, girl, you kind of lost me when you were sitting up in that bathrobe with your long titties were just hanging right there, trying to chastise black women on their presentability when you weren't even presentable on camera. I mean, yeah, you were at home and you were in the proper setting for a bathrobe, but girl, pop meat kettle. My overall opinion is that this situation just got blown way out of proportion, mainly due to everybody's boredom and everybody wants to be angry at somebody. But my thing is with you guys and attacking Monique, I feel like we're slowly getting to a place in society where nobody can have an opinion on anything. It's like nobody can offer a critique, nobody can say what they really feel and what they truly think. Like, there's always something, and it's always like an issue, like whether you have an opinion that's not popular, it always has to create like a bunch of think pieces on the internet. Everybody has to go back and forth about it, and then it causes a division because everybody's bored and wants to be online and have an opinion and voice their thoughts, which is cool. But at the same time, it's like, where are we going when everybody's arguing and nobody comes to an agreement? But it is what it is, y'all. At the end of the day, everybody's gonna do what they want to do. It doesn't even matter how many think pieces we write about it, how many opinions that sound off about it, if everybody's on the same page or not. People are going to do whatever they want to do. So I just want the world to get back to everybody having opinion. And not necessarily an opinion that is just outright bashing a group of people, but just having like a true opinion where we can have true discussion. But it is what it is, y'all. I just feel like we've gotten so far left with the don't shame me, don't judge me, don't question me, you don't know my life type of mentality, to where nobody can have a valid opinion on things anymore. And if they do have an opinion that doesn't really go or flow with the masses, then they just end up facing cancellation, especially if it's a black woman like Monique. But y'all try to get Monique out of here many times. Monique ain't going nowhere. Monique is not going anywhere. Love you, boo. But those are my views on the whole situation. So be sure to get down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about wearing a bonnet in public. Is it ghetto? Is it uncouth? Or is it something that you could just deal with and just like, you know, go on about your day and not care about? But those are my views. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to come at you guys with some more content.